Hello there and greetings, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you some delicious and easy vacation meals that you can make right in your Airbnb, your vacation rental, or your hotel room to try and save some money while you're on vacation, because let's face it, part of the expenses are food, especially if you have a larger family. So here are some really easy and budget-friendly ideas that everyone will love. And our trip begins from home in the Central Valley of California, and we are making our way up to San Francisco to take in a Giants game. We are San Francisco Giants fans, so this is actually our kids' very first game. Me and my husband have been to several, and it's so funny because we have gone several times, and every time we've lost the game. And this is the first time we've actually been to a game where they won. So it was very fun to experience that, not only as a couple, as a married couple, but also together with our family. But for our first meal on our vacation, we did have to eat some food at the ballpark. You've got to get those garlic fries if you visit Oracle Park. They are phenomenal. So we did the whole ballpark food experience, and the kids certainly enjoyed that. So our official in-home vacation meal is some oatmeal bowls. These are just the easiest thing to make, especially when you're short on time, which we kind of were. We had a long, late night, and so we kind of woke up a little bit later than expected. So this was actually the perfect meal to make this morning because, as you know, oatmeal just comes together super fast. And what I love doing is dolling up these oatmeal bowls with fruit, seeds, nuts, whatever is that my kids like. So I'm including some blueberries, strawberries, some bananas, and their new favorite thing, pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, I like this one, pumpkin seed.
You like the pumpkin seeds?
I like the one.
Okay. Put a little bit on your oatmeal, okay? Having some oatmeal not only is just super fast, but this saved us at least $50 in food, and it's going to keep us full for our next destination. We'll be packing up from this Airbnb and headed up north, but we're going to make a stop, and our stop is going to be at Stinson Beach. And we had actually found this place last year, but we couldn't actually stop to play. So this time we decided we absolutely had to stop, get the kids out, let them run around in the water, play in the sand, and then we would have a picnic lunch there. So because of our late night the night before and us having to kind of repack everything, I didn't really have much time to actually prepare sandwiches that morning. So what I did was I kind of packed in a way that I had easy access to the things that we needed to build our sandwiches, to have some sides. I placed it all on top of the cooler so that it was just easier for me to grab. But beware, if you ever decide to visit this place, it's beautiful, by the way, beautiful. It's because we're nestled in between the beach and the mountains, but the birds there are super aggressive. My husband started repacking the truck back up once we were done eating. My daughter was still kind of nibbling at her food, and she had accidentally dropped her napkin, and once she bent down to grab it, a bird literally just swooped in and grabbed her sandwich. I laughed. She didn't find it funny at all. But if you do visit, be prepared to be on the lookout for those aggressive seagulls. After our delicious picnic lunch, we packed up and headed to our next Airbnb, which is located in Monte. So from Stinson to Monte, it was about an hour and a half, and there is definitely some windy roads up there. Once you get into those mountains, it's beautiful, but definitely windy. So keep that in mind if you ever decide to visit Northern California. So we made it to our first Airbnb, and right away I wanted to get started on some dinner. So we are having a delicious tri-tip and baked potato dinner of this night. So baked potatoes going in right away, and these potatoes from Costco, humongous, like the most largest potatoes I've ever purchased before. I also got my tri-tips from Costco. Now this is going to be kind of a bit more upfront of a cost when you go to buy some meat like this, but I knew that we were going to be making some wraps later on in the trip with that leftover meat. So it was kind of a win-win situation for me because I could just cook this for our dinner and then have leftovers for lunch. So less work for me, but you know what? I don't mind it because we love being able to go on vacations, but I hate having to spend so much money on food, especially knowing that I'm actually leaving my house that is filled with food, going on vacation, coming back home to it, and just having to throw it away. So I would rather be able to go on vacation, put a little work in by prepping some food beforehand, making some food while we're actually on our vacation, than staying at home, because I want my kids to be able to enjoy what we have around us. I want to spend some time with my family, and if that means I have to sacrifice a little bit of time prepping and cooking, I will do that. So while the baked potatoes are in the oven, because they're going to be in there for a little over an hour, and my TriTip is marinating with some olive oil and Santa Maria blend that I brought from home, I wanted to share a little tour of the cabin that we rented. It is absolutely breathtaking, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So here is the kitchen where I will be hanging out at not most of the time, but sometimes. Right now, actually, I'm starting to get dinner ready. I have baked potatoes in the oven. TriTip about ready to go on the grill. I'm going to let that sit as long as possible because we got in here a little later than expected, but it'll all work out. And then most of our stuff is in this fridge. They actually have a really well-stocked, let me just share this with you, pretty well-stocked fridge. Usually they don't have, like, most places don't have a bunch of condiments, but they have quite a bit, including a full thing of maple syrup down there. They even have my favorite brand, Bon Maman preserves. So, and then here's all of our stuff. Hi, baby. I know, hold on. She wants some milk. They have a French press. They have a regular coffee maker. All of the things. They've done awesome. Really, really awesome here. So I am very impressed, and I absolutely love my view. Like, this is the kind of view that I would kill for. Like, literally, this is what I'd like. This is what, if I could look out my kitchen window, I would see redwoods just like that. So stunning. And this is our room. So there's multiple rooms here. We put all of our stuff in here as the main area, but such a cool bed. I didn't even notice the TV on the wall until Dan told me about it, but so pretty. And then the view outside too is really lovely. Just so nice. Looks like they're doing like some repair work on one of these like hillsides or something over there, but I'm in love, absolutely in love with this place. They've done so well. Then the bathroom is down over there, and then a closet. And then downstairs are the kids. This the way down here. It's the oddest thing. It smells just like Nana Leah's house. And this is the kids' bathroom in here. Really, really nice too. They are well stocked. What in the world? Actually, I haven't been in here yet. Look at this. We actually needed a toothbrush because Adelaide left. We forgot Adelaide's. How cool. Little toothpaste and cotton swabs, even little razors. Wow. Hi, baby. Can I see my room? We can see your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll close my eyes. Do they have to close their eyes too? Okay, ready? I'm gonna close their eyes. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Open. Her room is just so cute. We just thought it would be her room because the other room has one larger bed so the boys can share. But this is where she'll be staying. Very nice. All right, let's go look at the boys' room. So the boys are going to share this bed, but it's actually a really nice big room in here. And they have access to the patio, but I don't think they'll be going out here. They have to ask for permission for sure. But let's come out here because I know you've already seen it. Let's see what I'm talking about.
Me too.
Okay. But here's the patio.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine.
Then around over here, got a nice spa. So looking forward to using that later. And there is, I believe, like a creek running over here. Don't know if you can hear it with the humming of the hot tub, but there is like a little creek running along right down in here. It's actually super peaceful. Okay, now let me just take you to one more spot. That's a cool little hammock out here. It is so incredibly peaceful. So I got the grill nice and warm. So I'm gonna start grilling up our tri-tip. We are just hanging out here. I don't want to leave. Like we just got here. We're not gonna leave for a couple days, but I don't want to leave at all. Hey, mister.
This looks like ours.
It does look like, I think this is exactly like ours. Yeah, so this is easy for me. So while we really enjoy getting Airbnbs, one of the main reasons we love it is not only for the space, but we try to look for Airbnbs that have extra room outside for our kids to explore and play in. So while I was grilling up our tri-tips, my younger son said, "Mom, come look at this. I found something."
Not touch it.
Quentin almost stepped on this. That is a massive slug or something. I don't know what this is. That is so cool. Let me see if I can get this. Ooh, where's it at? Where are you? Oh, there you are. What in the world? My husband was actually playing chess with my older son in the house, so I had to text him to come out and look at this because he had never seen one either. So it was definitely something very cool that we've never experienced before, but I guess banana slugs are very common in the redwood area like that. But we've been several times to the redwoods, never seen one before. We ended up finding a couple more on this trip, but I loved being able to find something brand new that we have never seen. For a sweet treat after dinner, I brought some cookie dough from home. This is brown butter chocolate chip cookies. I've been trying to buy less processed baked goods at the store, so by bringing my own, I know exactly what's in there, plus I'm saving some money too. After breakfast, we headed northwest to do a little bit of hiking, and we found a place called Stillwater Cove. It's about 45 minutes away from where we were staying at, and it took us about an hour to do this hike. But the reason we wanted to do this hike was because it was a combined mountain hike along with a beach hike. So it sounded phenomenal, and it really was. There was no one else on the trail. There was a few people on the beach, but honestly, it was perfect. So we were able to explore for a little bit. We worked up yet another appetite. So we sat down for lunch. We found some picnic benches and we had some sandwiches and some wraps. So my husband made the kids some peanut butter and jelly. They could have that literally every day. They'd be so happy. While he did that, I made us some chicken wraps. So I had prepped some chicken salad a few days before this trip. Oh my gosh, you're gonna see it again and coming up here pretty soon because that chicken salad was phenomenal. You've got to try it if you enjoy chicken salad. Everything will be linked down below. I'll also refer you to the vacation meal prep video too, where you can find everything else there as well. How's it, Quincy? You're welcome. By the time that we cleaned up our lunch, we headed back, so another 40 minutes back to the house, but we did take a little stop to check out this amazing view of the ocean. It was so beautiful up there. And quickly, it was already dinner time, so we revisited a place that we first found a few years back. It's called Rocker Oysterfellers, and it's just gonna be a tradition every time we come up here to go to this place for dinner. They have delicious food, a bunch of like shareable apps. So that's what we did this time. So we visited in 2022, 2023, which you see right here. This was my son's first time eating a raw oyster. He didn't like it, but he did like the barbecue ones. So we ordered those for this year. Our French toast is actually in the oven right now, and then I just need to start some bacon. But I wanted to share with you guys, because I actually didn't even share it, and I should have. I wanted to show you how we packed this. So we actually used a tote for our shelf stable goods. We put them in this because we have a truck. Now we had to rent a vehicle because we don't trust our main vehicle to get over here. So this was way easier to pack this way. So all of our pantry stuff is in here. And then actually what we decided to do, because the ice chest was so heavy, we unloaded it from the back of the truck. You can kind of see the ice chest out there. We just put everything in bags and brought them in and left our ice chest out there. We will actually have way less stuff though to pack in the ice chest because we've been eating a lot of our food, and then we've already eaten some tri-tip that was in the freezer, and then I already pulled out my French toast bake that's in the freezer too, so a lot less freezer items as well. So it's going to be a lot easier to carry for the next house.
It's about 4 hours skit.
This has been in here for an hour. Just cover this for about maybe 15-20 minutes because that was frozen solid. So I'm going to give this a little bit longer. Let's see. It looks pretty good though. I might actually stir it real quick. Alright, and then the last like few minutes I'm going to broil this just so there's like a nice crust on top. Our little princess loves being out here too. She's like Snow White, like my mom mentioned in her little PJs. I love you. Out in the wilderness. Careful. I went outside real quick. Kind of burnt the bacon just a tad, but you know what? They'll be fine. So I am going to broil this. Let's see, what do I have to do here? I'm not used to these fancy ovens. Broil? Okay. So I am gonna watch this for maybe 5 minutes because I don't know how this oven works yet. I want it to have like a nice kind of caramelization on the top because I did mix that whole bake. And there's like a caramel sauce layer on the bottom, so I want it to get just a little bit crunchy. So maybe 5 minutes. This kid over here has been writing in his journal every time we go somewhere. I like that page right there. That's cool. Oh, it's a brand new journal?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I like that one. That's awesome. Good. Good job, buddy. So it's been 5 minutes and it is definitely caramelizing on the top. I am going to stir it one more time and make sure the bottom also gets caramelized too. So we ended up bringing the ice chest up here because there really wasn't too much stuff, but this is what we did. All of our freezer stuff goes on this side. We might have to add a little bit more ice. And then all the fridge stuff over here, a lot lighter than it was before. We probably really don't even need to add any more ice. It's about a 4-hour drive from where we're at. So, and this stuff was like frozen whenever we pulled everything out. So we'll see, but everything's in here and ready to go. And then all of our pantry items, shelf-stable items in there and packed and ready to go too. So we did make a pit stop along the way at Chick-fil-A because we actually don't have a Chick-fil-A near us. But like I mentioned, it takes 4 hours to get from Mont Rio to where we're going, which is Arnold, California. Now, we've never actually been to this side of California before, so it was going to be a new adventure for us, and I'm so happy that we did that. You will see what we did coming up here soon. So as soon as we got to the house, we had to start cooking dinner because it was getting really late because of that pit stop that we made, and then there was a little bit of traffic. So we were making some hamburgers along with some potato wedges because that's the easiest thing that you can make if you're just trying to hurry up and get dinner on the table. All right, so we are in our new Airbnb. It's really nice. First off, here's one kitchen. And then when we turn around this way, you got the living room, the huge dining room table, which is amazing because sometimes a lot of Airbnbs just have like tables for maybe 4 to 5 people, but can fit quite a bit here. I think that actually you can fit 10 guests in this house. But anyway, so right now it's dinner time. I'll show you guys the rest of the house later. But what's interesting is there's 2 kitchens. So there's this kitchen up here, but it's missing the oven. So I actually have to go downstairs to make my potatoes because we're grilling burgers right now, along with some potato wedges. So I cut my potato wedges up here on the cutting board, and I took them downstairs. Let me take you downstairs real quick. So this is the downstairs area. Really fun. Pool table, a massage chair. I know, we are digging that. And here is the other kitchen. So super nice, again, lovely kitchen with a whole other fridge and freezer. But the oven is down here. But the main eating area is up there. So if I ever need to use an actual oven, I'm gonna have to come down here to use it and then bring things up there. Not too big of a deal, but I think maybe is there a dishwasher upstairs too? There's a dishwasher there. Should have looked. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I have to rethink this in my head, but it's pretty cool. There's a bedroom down here. Might as well just do a room tour while they're in the oven. So here is one of the rooms off of the game room area. Really, really nice. Okay, so there is no dishwasher up here. So I'm going to have to rethink this whole thing because all of our food, I already put all our food away. We did pick up some beer. This is so good. It's scrimshaw. It's just a lager, but it is delicious. We had it. We went to Fort Bragg a couple years ago. So we just picked this up because we haven't actually tried any local beers here, but we might go to a brewery tomorrow or something. So we'll figure it out. But anyway, so I'm going to have to figure out this kitchen situation. Here is all of our pantry goods. So we'll see because we are going to eat up here. I don't know yet. So while we are grilling up these patties, which by the way, these are the frozen Costco patties, the Wagyu ones, they are so delicious. So if you see them at your Costco, absolutely get them. They are so good. Anyway, so while I'm grilling these up, I thought now would be a great time just to introduce myself to those that are new to my channel. So my name is Alicia. We are a family of 5. I have an 11-year-old son, an 8-year-old son, and an almost 4-year-old daughter. My husband and I have been married for 18 years. That just passed actually not that long ago. And on my channel, you'll find a lot of food-related videos. So I love to cook. I love to bake. I love grocery shopping, love sharing all the deals that I come across whenever I go shopping. I like going to Costco. Aldi is my new favorite store because we finally got one. I also go to Walmart as well as Winco. So I love sharing like meal plans. So hopefully you guys will subscribe and stick around because there will be a lot more future content coming up. Oh, also I do have 2 other vacation meal idea videos that I will link right here in the corner along with in the description box. So if you're needing other ideas, definitely head there. Those videos should help you out. Now that our burgers are all assembled, it is time to eat. And by the way, those potato wedges, I use the Kinder's garlic parm seasoning. It is so delightful with that. And because our charcoal grill was still hot, I decided to just let the kids make some s'mores, although we only make s'mores like on a campfire, so that is actually going to happen at the end of the video. But they got to have s'mores twice on this trip, so they were very stoked about that. Your bows are funny, huh? Let's see how dry these are. Might be a little dry. A little dry. Let's see what I can get out. Well, I can probably get a little bit out of here. That was good. There we go. That was a good one. So there isn't much cookware as far as like little bowls or like little ramekins to melt things in. So I'm just going to use this coffee mug to melt some butter. Get that melted in real quick. So if my milk doesn't sour with those lemons, I'm going to add in some white vinegar. I actually found some white vinegar here, so I'll use that just in case. But here is the instructions for my pancakes. So I have already all of my dried mix in this bag. I did at home in my meal prep video, just so it's easier for me to just kind of throw it all in here. And then I'm going to be adding in my 2 eggs. And I did bring a little container of vanilla extract, so I'm going to use some of this right here. And then the rest I'm going to actually save for an apple crisp later. While my buttermilk is buttermilking, I'm going to just actually start on some chicken sausage. This stuff is so delicious. It's from Costco, and my daughter absolutely loves it. So I'm just going to make half of these. them in this little skillet. And I'll save the rest for another morning. We have a couple more mornings here at this house. And by the way, I'm cooking downstairs. I think it's just gonna be easier to cook everything down here and then possibly bring it up. Who knows? I might be back and forth, but today, this is where I'm at. My buttermilk has thickened up way better, so I'm gonna drop it in here along with my melted butter. And just give this a nice little whisk, and that is it. And I can start frying these guys up. Oh no, that's all right. Still usable. Oh, I know why I was actually down here. The coffee is down here. The most important part of the morning, the coffee. And they actually have quite a bit. They have a Keurig and they have an espresso as well. Cool deal. This is ready. I love this breakfast. It comes together fast. I'll throw some butter in here. That's going to melt down. Then I'll add in some pancakes. Here is the coffee situation over here. Really awesome setup, like I mentioned. So I'm going to have myself a cup of coffee down here too. Pancakes in.
Just maybe. I need the water bottles in, huh?
Quick. Here's my mug of choice for today. They had just one Disney mug. I'm gonna take it. Probably do breakfast blend. Let's do that today. I'll cut the Brussels pineapple up later. But for now, we have some fruit. All right, so now we're just gonna bring all this stuff upstairs because that's where the table is. Probably just put this all like on a cookie sheet or something and we're ready to eat. So after our very filling breakfast, it was time to move. And that is why we enjoy like going on vacations, because we are able to have big meals and then we go and find trails to go and just kind of walk it off. So literally 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes away from the house is Calaveras State Park, where they have some amazing trails, very easy, doable trails. Even my daughter did it. So we were there for about an hour or so. We did over 1.5 miles. Very easy and walkable. Everyone enjoyed it thoroughly. Some very cool sights. They were able to run through this fallen redwood tree that had been hollowed out. So really cool to see. And because it was so close, I didn't need to bring any food with us. We could just pop right back to the house and make some lunch. And per my kids' request, they wanted peanut butter and jelly again. Yes, I do give them the option of having like a ham sandwich or a turkey roll-up or something, but that's what they wanted. So I let them have that while I made myself another chicken salad wrap because I just cannot stay away from them. They're so delicious. And for their sides, they're getting some baby carrots along with some cucumbers. These are, I believe, our actual cucumbers that we grew in our backyard. I'm always so excited to get to say that because it's hard for me to have to grow things. And so when I'm actually able to grow something and it tastes good, I get very thrilled about that. So anyway, using some homegrown cucumbers, throwing in some barbecue chips from Aldi, and then some apple slices as well. And then my husband actually did his own little video. He made himself a tri-tip wrap with the horseradish like cream sauce that I found at Aldi. Oh my goodness, that's gonna have to just be like a regular like staple in our house because it was so yummy. If you guys have an Aldi near you, definitely pick up that horseradish sauce. I don't even know what it's called, like horseradish cream or something. It's like a mayo, I would assume, but putting some tri-tip on it in a wrap, oh my gosh, the best thing ever. After lunch, we rested for a little bit and we decided to head back out into nature. There was a little lake about 7 minutes from the house, so we let the kids go swimming. It was a very, very popular spot. A lot of families and friends were just hanging out there, so we let them do their thing a little bit in the water, and then when we got home, we let them run around outside, and then it was time for dinner. So we're getting ready to make dinner here. We're gonna have some chicken fajitas. So I made my seasoning at home. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit. Actually, you know what I should be adding? I'm gonna add some oil to it real fast. I brought my avocado oil from home. So I am going to just drizzle a little bit. Then I'm gonna add only about half of it because I do wanna add some to the bell peppers too, or maybe like about 3/4 or so of it. Turn this over, I'm gonna rub this in. I'm gonna let this hang out. I think we're gonna grill this on the charcoal grill outside, and then it won't smoke up the house so much. But also we have some charcoal that we just wanna use up that we bought from the store. So I might as well just use it while we're here. So I'm gonna let this guy hang out for maybe like 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna get the rice going. I'm in the downstairs kitchen now. I'm going to, hopefully they have some oils down here I'm gonna use. Okay, put a little bit of avocado oil down at the bottom of this pot. I'm gonna let that heat up for a second, and then I'm gonna add in my rice. I'm gonna toast it. I'm gonna start toasting my rice. I think it's pretty warm. So I already made my rice packet at home, so it has all the seasonings in there. I'm just gonna toast this up for a little bit. Then I'm gonna add a little can of tomato sauce. I'm not gonna use all the tomato sauce, but I am gonna use all of the chicken broth. All right, this has been toasting for a bit, so I'm gonna add in my chicken broth. Whole can, and then a little bit of a tomato sauce. Then I'll just let that come up to a boil, put a lid on it, lower the heat, and cook it for 20 minutes. Maybe a little bit more. I might add a little bit more water too. I'm gonna start my apple crisp as well. So I have some apples that I'm going to cube, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna make some cubes because this will take about 45 minutes in the oven, so I want to make sure it's at least in there while we're eating. Should I keep the skins on? So I started cutting these, but I think I want to skin them. I'm pretty sure I do not see like a peeler anywhere, so I messed up a little bit, but that's all right. Even if there's a little skin left on these, that'll be okay. I'll skin these as best as I can. I'm just gonna throw them in this little bowl. There's not really big bowls here, so hopefully this little bowl will do the trick. All right, these are done. I'm gonna add in here a little bit of sugar. Now these are pretty sweet, so I'm not gonna add too much. I'm gonna add in some lemon juice. We'll see how dry these are. Some of these lemons, these are my lemons, and they're kind of dry-ish. We'll see what I can get out of here. Nope, it's kind of dry. Oh, this one looks perfect. This one would be perfect. Yeah, some nice lemon juice in there. Yum, 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 yum. And then I'm gonna throw in some cinnamon. I like cinnamon. I'll give this a nice little stir. And I found this little casserole dish. It's pretty tiny, so we're gonna make this work. And pour this guy in here. Probably just could have mixed them in this bowl by itself anyway. Oh well. In the same bowl, I'm just gonna make my crumble. So all of my stuff is already in my bag that I pre-made at home. And I already melted a stick of butter in the microwave, so I'm gonna add that to the crumble too. My stick of butter. Trying to go fast just so I can hurry up and get this in the oven because it takes about 45 minutes. And let's get a fork. Okay. I'm gonna kind of like spoon it over the top of my hands. Hi, my love. Try to get all this out of here. And I did buy some ice cream at the store because we had to get milk because we did run out of milk. So I was like, you know what? Ice cream. I don't like ice cream. And I mean, I'm a fan of ice cream, but honestly, I'd rather have something like that I could bite into. I'm more of a texture person. So I feel like for me, ice cream just doesn't do it for me. But for my kids with this, they are going to love it. All right, we are done, guys. So into the oven it goes. There we go. Crumbles in the oven. Yeah, so rub that one in the seasonings more. Make sure it goes flat. All right, so now that the crisp is in the oven, the chicken is grilling. I am going to just slice up some of these wrinkly looking, they're a little wrinkly, the bell peppers, but they'll be totally okay. Just gonna cut these guys into strips. Same with the onion. I'm actually gonna use my cast iron on the charcoal grill. I've never done it before, but I mean, that's what they're kind of made for, right? Maybe these ones a little bit longer. I should have cut them the other way, but whatever. And why not? I'm just gonna use these guys too. Put those in there, and then I got an onion. I know if I was at home, I'd be throwing these onion skins into my freezer bag to make stock with. Make these a little thicker. Where'd you go there? Okay. Onions. There we go. All right. Ready to go. And I have my fajita seasoning upstairs because I'm downstairs. And I think we're almost ready for dinner. So there was a local brewery called Snowshoe. I love, now usually you guys never see me drink a lot of beer. It's mainly wine that we enjoy, but I really do enjoy a good like craft local beer. So my husband picked up a Pilsner. I like somewhat darker beers in addition to like lighter beers. I really love brown ales. So I cannot wait to give this a try with our dinner. We're gonna let that warm up for a sec. It looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna start slicing this up and then I'll add that to the skillet outside. The timer is going off. Let's take a look-see. Ooh, oh my gosh, it smells phenomenal. I might, maybe like 5 more minutes, I think. Again, another winner chicken dinner. So delicious. And we also cut up some more avocado, had some salsa, some leftover sour cream from our baked potatoes. So trying to use up everything that we have in our fridge so that we take less home with us. And while I was eating, the beeper was going off telling me to come pull the apple crisp out of the oven. And oh my gosh, you guys, so good. The plus side of this is that it took like minutes to just prepare. It did take a while in the oven, but to prepare it, it's like no time at all. And so I did serve this up with some of the vanilla ice cream that I did buy from the store. I put a little dollop of ice cream on mine just so I can experience it. Again, not a major fan of ice cream. I could have done without it, but glad to have had it with my family. the next morning for breakfast, it was all about using up whatever I had left over. So I had about maybe 10 to 12 eggs, some bacon left, some sausage, just using everything that I needed to get rid of basically and put it into one breakfast, and along with the fruit as well. So because we're winding down the days, I think this is our second to last breakfast at the house before we head home. So trying to just not bring a lot back with us. And after breakfast, we decided to explore the area. So this was probably one of the most memorable parts of our trip. So we visited a winery. It was called Ironstone Winery. I had no idea there was like a little miniature wine country over there. There's about 20 or more wineries in this area, a bunch of family-friendly wineries, which is really cool. And at this particular winery, there's a large amphitheater for some pretty big names from what I can recall reading on their list that were going to be showing up for like their summer series. So very cool. But this area by far was the coolest area. So this is in Columbia, California, that we just happened to stumble upon. We're like, where should we go? Let's go look at what this city has to offer. And apparently Columbia was the main city for gold mining. And this little town actually is very well preserved. Like they kept all of their gold rush era buildings like in pristine condition, or like they reconditioned everything just to make it nicer and more stable. But it was incredible. So the kids did some gold mining. We walked through like the old saloon that they had there, some shops. They even had like the horse and buggy set up. And what was really cool is there was some people out and about, and I was like, is this part of like the town? But I guess like monthly there is like an enthusiast group, like a gold mining enthusiast group that gets together. They dress up and they act the part and they walk around the town and kind of like interact with people. I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever. It's kind of like a little mini theme park. Very cool, great prices, nowhere near close to like any theme park prices. So my husband, of course, was in love with this place because everyone was getting some type of entertainment, either for free or for very affordable. So they had like this really cute like hat shop, and like they had little dresses and bonnets like they would wear back in the day. But look how just cool it is. And we happened to find it like later in the day, so it wasn't as busy, but everything was still kind of open. They also had this bookshop that I could have stayed in for like ever. They had some beautiful hard-covered books that I wanted to just browse through, but there was really like no time because I know the kids aren't interested in that. But they also had a very busy candy shop. So they let my son try some licorice for free because he was inquiring like what it tasted like, what black licorice tasted like. So they let him have a sample, which was really, really sweet. And apparently, from what I was told by one of the shop workers, that in the spring of 2025, one of the restaurants that used to be back in the day is going to be brought back to life. So they're refurbishing it, and she said it's going to be really, really nice. So we're hoping to come back with our family to show them this area just because it's so incredibly adorable, like, and just so cool that they preserved it as well as they could and are trying to stay true to the gold rush era times. And here is the saloon. My husband actually filmed this because, again, he was in awe of how cool this place was. And he ordered himself a beer and my son a sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. Good job.
He would often break off the tooth and leave the roots, or even worse, rip out part of the jawbone.
And some of the other things that we didn't get a chance to see was a tea house. They had an old school like ice cream parlor. They also had a candle and soap company shop. So there was a ton of things to do. And apparently they also hold a bunch of like festivals throughout the years. So we are definitely going to be coming back here, especially since it's really not that far away from our home. It's like maybe 3.5 hours. So it's very doable. Just like spend the night there, hang out and come back. So very much looking forward to doing that again. And for dinner, my husband found a really good pizza place in Angel Camp. So we went there, let the kids play some arcades. Adelaide rode a little horse. It was a very nice time with some really great pizza, and I didn't have to cook. So we just got home from a really long but nice day from Colombia. And right now we are going to make some s'mores outside. We're finally gonna have a campfire up here in the mountains. So we're gonna do that right now. Dan is starting the fire. And I'm gonna bring out some s'mores. Although the house comes with s'mores kits, I did bring my own stuff. So I'll just use what I have because we gotta use it anyway. Here is some marshmallows we had left over. I have a couple bars of Hershey's, some graham crackers, and my husband is obsessed with peanut butter cups. There's only one left from the 8 that we had, but that is totally cool. So we are going to go outside right now. What do you have?
A slingshot that I got from Colombia.
Yeah, it was a cool place, huh?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's head outside. What'd you get?
A caterpillar.
Oh my goodness. You're just not afraid of anything.
Aww.
And we're gonna have to put it back though, guys, okay?
Thank you.
Nicely.
No.
Yeah, I've touched one before. They're nice and soft.
No. I wish I
Look
could
at
have one
Adelaide.
for a pet.
I know.
What should we call it, too?
I don't know. What should we call it?
No. Crawler?
Okay.
Because he crawls on stuff.
That's true. That's a good one. Okay, guys, I want to make some breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
Out the frozen breakfast burritos. This is actually the perfect checkout day breakfast because we are in the process of repacking everything and need to be out of here in a little over an hour. So this is totally ideal. So all I'm going to do is just stick these guys in the microwave. And that is literally it. And I'll put like some salsa or hot sauce on the side, then eat whatever fruit we have left over. And truly, these breakfast burritos came in clutch because I didn't feel like doing anything that had to deal with cooking and washing, cleaning, all that jazz. So this was perfect. And just like that, it was time to pack up and head home. So from Arnold, California to our hometown took about 3.5 hours. And this is what our California looks like. I know when people say they're from California, they think either mountains or beach or cities, but literally flat land and then eventually agriculture. And you guys, that is it. We've come to the end of this very long vacation meal video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, friends.